Almost.
Okay.
And
We are well adjusted, and you are watching
Rules of the Pit!
what is happening, folks? We are here with Rules of the Pit. We've got myself, Fletch. We've got Maddie, and we've got Well Adjusted from Everett, Washington. How are you guys doing tonight?
Doing good.
Fantastic.
We are in our brand new rehearsal space. You might hear some noise that's coming up from the band upstairs, but yeah, we're here. We're digging it.
TJ, start it off. Go down the line with your name so everybody knows who you are.
All right, I'm TJ.
I'm Rob. Kevin.
Justin.
I'm Nick.
All right, there you guys have it. There's Well Adjusted.
Nice. We're gonna have a quiz at the end of the fucking episode, okay? Anybody who can fucking rename the band wins a t-shirt that we may or may not ship. Because we're fucking broke people, and like that's just the way shit goes, okay? But we're gonna promise whatever we gotta promise so that you're paying attention. Anyways, back to you guys. How are you guys doing tonight?
Good. Yeah. It's been a long week for a lot of us.
Been a long
for sure.
motherfucking week.
Yeah.
Can we swear?
Yeah,
say
we can
whatever you want.
absolutely
We're-
swear.
Long motherfucking week.
There you go. We're not a family-friendly show. We're okay with that.
No, I've got like an Irish trucker mouth mixed with a sailor's mouth. I'm horrible. Normally on these interviews, I'm actually pretty good. On our little side segment called Rubber Chickens and Scabs, I cannot stop swearing. I will work on it. I promise people. Anybody who likes that show but is like, Fletch is swearing his fucking ass off. Yes, I do, and I'm sorry. I'm working on it. I need therapy. I know.
You need to be well adjusted. That's what you need.
I do need to be well adjusted. I do need to be well adjusted. So I want to start off. Everybody always wants to know, especially with up and coming bands, like basically your origin story, right? We want to know kind of how you guys came to be. Are you guys even like your original lineup? And kind of how you formed.
When you started,
Right.
where you're from.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So basically, Rob and I started together in a band called Berkshire Drive in 2008.
Yeah.
And yeah, we've had different iterations of the band, different band names. And around 2020, when nothing else was going on and no one had really been playing music for a while, I decided, like, let's do something, let's scratch the itch, get some music going.
Get it going again.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Bob and some of the other guys that were a part of the group or different variations of the group, and yeah, got together and holed up in a buddy's garage and started writing some new tunes and brought in some old ones from back in the day. Well Adjusted was a name of a song that we had written, and as we're trying to figure out, band names and all that, I just went off the set list and was like, well, hey, what about this? Since a lot of the songs are based around mental health, and that's something that I'm, pretty into, big advocate for.
That's awesome.
And it stuck. But yeah, we went through several different guitar players, several different bass players. Kevin and Nick auditioned on the same day about 2.5 years ago, something like that. 2 years ago. And yeah, it nailed it. And so yeah, I brought them on board.
I mean, it was perfect from the get go. We were just spot the fuck on.
I bribed them. That's how I got in. I bribed them.
Yeah, I'm sensing a theme with these Fifth Day Records bands. You know, they all seem to pull the band name from a song title on their fucking album. What's up with that? It's fine, well adjusted.
I do have to say though, I've heard Well Adjusted, your song, and it's fucking awesome. So like, why not fucking name your band after that? Like, honestly, Eden too, man. I'd name my next band after Eden after listening to your tunes. So
Yeah, because there's no other bands out there named Eden, I'm sure.
Yeah.
no good ones.
I can have a song called Minor Threat. I figured like
You know, it's funny today, and I don't know if you guys know this, but I was listening through your catalog again, what I can draw from Amazon Music. And you know, there actually is another band called Well Adjusted, but it's this weird trance, like,
yeah, they're like Australian or something.
like Enya type shit. And I was like,
What?
I had it on and I'm working and I'm listening and I'm rocking out to the punk stuff. And then all of a sudden it goes to this like real quiet, like, and what the fuck just happened?
Yeah. In fact, not too long after we kicked up our social media, they started following us, Well Adjusted, and actually got a picture sent to us from one of the members of that Well Adjusted in San Diego at a taco shop that I stuck one of our stickers on when I was there. He's posing with our sticker. That band Well Adjusted posing with our sticker Well Adjusted at the taco shop in fucking San Diego. So
That's fucking rad.
it's cool.
I just have to say, Tim Vest is saying TJ is super old. I'm just saying. I'm just relaying messages.
Hey, to be honest, he did compliment the rest of the band as well, though. So you know.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Super young.
He just calls everybody old because he's so fucking old. That's the problem.
Right.
I got
Oh shit. So fuck, I don't even know where to start because we're used to like single dudes, but let's get a brief rundown. What initially drew you guys towards the punk rock side of things? We'll start with no, okay, we'll start.
Shoot it over
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, we'll start that way.
Man, I don't know. Like, I was like 13, and it sounded different than everything else that was going on at the time. Like, I don't know if anybody remembers how music was in the late 90s, early 2000s, but as far as like hard rock went, it was pretty fucking bleak in my goddamn. And punk rock sounded like it meant something. It sounded like a fucking doorway to something else. Like, it always turned me on to different kinds of music. It turned me on to reggae, turned me on to blues, turned me on to old rock and roll. Like, I've always been looking for something else. It turned me on to hardcore, metal, like all that stuff. Like, so it just got me out of the mainstream, which is really what I wanted to do. So,
What bands drew you in? I got to ask the first couple bands that drew you in.
okay, so the first 3 punk rock records that I ever bought were Rancid's Now Come the Wolves, Blink-182 Dude Ranch, and Dead Kennedy's Fresh Fruit for Rotten Vegetables.
There's a variety.
Nice.
And I bought them right after seeing Pearl Jam in like 97, 98 in Seattle at the Tower Records up on Lower Queen Anne.
Damn.
Yep. So those
Can't say
are
can't say I'm a Pearl Jam fan, but that still sounds like an epic show.
Oh, come on, man. Pearl Jam's
Like,
got some talent there, all right.
I've been listening to like Nirvana and like hard rock stuff since I was like 9 years old, you know. But like when I really was like, oh, this is what I want to fucking listen to, like that was like, I remember that night, and I was like, oh, we're probably in on this right here. Like, yeah. So I was like 14, I think. I can't quite remember how old I was, but yeah, I was a baby.
Yeah, 14 in the late 90s. I was gonna say, yeah, you're a baby.
Yeah.
What about the flannel crew back there? You guys, what got you guys into it?
Flannel.
That works.
Ripped jeans and flannel. I'm down with that too. I
It's
still am.
punk rock, not that grunge crap.
That's right.
I don't know. Like, bands like I was pretty young. I don't remember, but it was like I don't know, bands like GBH and like Blowing My Mind and the Partisans and the Addicts and Oxymoron and all that. There's just like a rabbit hole is going down. Like, holy shit, this is getting better and better. The deeper I get into it, and I was like 15. We started our first crust band, and it was awesome.
Nice.
That's killer.
I think the bands that brought me in were AFI, Offspring, and NoFX.
Oh, nice.
There was like a video streaming service that was just popping off like in the late 90s, and it was like one of the first like randomized playlists, you know, of music videos. And I can't even remember what AFI video it was, but I saw it and I was like, oh, this band's awesome. Like, I gotta check them out. Like, what record label was they on? Who else is on the record label? Like, so I just went down the whole, same story. Just, I got hooked.
Nice.
Like rock.
I have to interject here. Whoever's fucking playing upstairs, like, they got some fucking chops up there.
Yeah.
I'm hearing it. I'm like, all right, like those guys got some fucking chops. They're fucking rocking that shit out, big time.
They're a band called Black Doubt. Black Doubt.
Okay.
Is it too loud, you guys?
No.
We're gonna get a free show.
Yeah. Honestly, all I pick up is the drum beat. The drum beat. I can hear the snare. I can hear the kick. I don't hear anything else really.
Yeah, but Well Adjusted's got better drum chops.
Absolutely.
And I don't mean the face ones. I mean the actual drum chops. So.
No, absolutely.
Let's hear from Rod.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Let's go, Rob.
Yes.
Well, what got me into punk rock? Well, I was born in the early 60s, so I grew up on radio. And
What's radio?
with the dial and everything. But there was nothing really. I didn't buy records much. I just didn't really like anything that was out there. And then one day, a buddy of mine played some. I got into some metal for a little bit, Accept, Exciter, those kind of bands, and then somebody played me some Black Flag, and I was like, no, that's different. And beats, and then started hearing like GBH and some other bands in that time, and I was like, this is what I like. And it was, I haven't stopped since. So.
Those are the answers I expected from Rob. I knew he had some age on us, so I knew he was going to come with some of that older, harder shit. It was coming. It had to be.
That's where the best shit comes from.
Right.
Meanwhile, the rest of us somewhere in high school found these pop punk bands, and it kind of segued in. And now I kind of prefer to go into the harder, older stuff and set back on the pop punk stuff. But even me, I was a freaking Green Day baby. You know, Green Day first came out, and that was me. That's Green Day, Offspring. I'm here in Southern California, so I mean that was staple. We saw Green Day when they were babies playing in Costa Mesa to like maybe 30 people at the top of an outdoor strip mall. And it was like, what the fuck is this? This is great.
Yeah, no, I never got that chance. the only time I saw fucking Green Day, I took an ex-girlfriend to the American Idiot fucking tour. Like, Jesus fuck. I wanted the small fucking club fucking show. No, I get the fucking stadium bullshit. And I'm like, no, this is not how I pictured my first fucking, and it was the only fucking Green Day show that I've ever been at. I was just like, this is not how I fucking imagined this. Like, I wanted Billy Joe spitting on me because I'm too fucking close to the stage, right? Like, no, I get like a fucking giant fucking stadium that's sold out, and I'm like, for fuck's sakes, man, like, fuck. Especially like so many decades after I started listening to them. So like, especially that album was, I give them credit. They did very well on that album. Like, musically, it's all really well put together, but it's not fucking Green Day for me. My Green Day is Dookie or Slap Happy Hours. Like, fucking.
Yep.
After that, I honestly lost interest in them altogether. I didn't listen to Warning or anything like that. I was just like, it's not what I got into. I wanted that fucking like 4-chord fucking bullshit that Billy Joe was throwing out there, but he was doing it well with the melodics and the harmonies and shit like that. And it's like, that I dig. I'm not sure where you're going. Maybe you're going too commercial. And obviously,
Gunpowder.
yeah. Sorry. That was my rant for the night, guys. Thanks for watching. We went from 7 viewers to 2. I apologize for that.
Oh man, TJ, we didn't get yours. What was your intro?
Well, so I was raised very conservative, evangelical kid. Very, my parents did their best to shelter me from the world. But thank God, my next door neighbor, Rich, who was a skateboard buddy of mine, we come out skating together, and he kind of was the same situation. He was a Catholic kid, and kind of had someone pass along great music to him, and he kind of returned the favor and make me these mixtapes. And I heard like bands like Black Flag and Minor Threat, and the first song on the first side of the first cassette tape Rich ever gave me was Suicidal Tendencies, Institutionalized.
Yeah.
And as soon as that song kicked into the main chorus that everybody knows, I knew right then and there that this was the music that was going to change everything for me. Not only that, but I'd always questioned things. I'd always been a seeker, and a lot of the evangelical, like, bullshit I was being told was the truth. I never really found myself buying fully in 100%. And when I was hearing some of these things like Minor Threat and, the Institutionalized and, the different songs like that, these guys had something to say, and they were questioning authority. They were questioning the world around them. It blew my mind, and it really brought me into like finding community. And hell yeah, man, I knew that was exactly what I wanted to do.
Right on.
So punk shows they're notorious for their energy and their interactions with the crowds. So can you guys share with us like one of your more memorable moments of interacting with your crowd? We all have them, whether it's minor or not, depending on what level, but I'm sure you guys have it.
That time that you cut up a leather jacket on stage.
Oh
That was
yeah,
pretty bad.
yeah. What was that, like last Halloween or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, like last Halloween, somebody like, I had my makeup like all super cool and everything. And somebody threw a leather jacket at me. It had this pretty cool like stiletto knife. And I was like,
somebody gave it to me. It was like it was like
the story was going way cooler.
on stage, and I was like, "Well, I know Nick has a knife, so I just threw it to him."
So,
Yeah.
And so I like it looked like probably looked pretty fucking sweet. I have to say, I don't think anybody has it. But I like pull out the stiletto and I start stabbing this like straight up like leather jacket. And I'm like,
Where was I?
and like
Where was I? Where was I?
crosses and like blood
On the other side of the stage. That's where you were.
I know. I'm always over to the side. But yeah, I like that.
Oh shit.
How's so you guys are all based pretty close together, Everett, Washington, right?
For the most part,
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
Have you guys always been there, or did you guys come in from other areas, or how's that? Did you all find each other because you were in Everett or the area of Everett?
No, there was. Before I had joined the band, they had put a post up for a bass player, and I was like, I had seen Well Adjusted prior, and I was like, the message that was sent out by the band, I was like, man, that's when there was a bass player that needed. I'm like, that's something I want to do, and I wasn't really playing anything, so I'm like, kind of reached out, gave my background of all the bands locally I'd been in and my interests, and you know, TJ felt sorry for me and let me play.
Yeah.
True story of a bassist.
Is right. I was just gonna say that. That is the story of almost every fucking bassist. I love you, Jimmy. I'm sorry. I love you, buddy. That's my bassist.
I mean, like hearing the stories from these guys, like we've all been in like the Northwest music scene for years and years and years, and there's no fucking way that we have not bumped shoulders at a show like with each other. Like I mean, like we've all like been like, oh yeah, I was at that one, I was, you know, blah blah blah. Like we just never, you know, for one reason or the other, like we just never, you know,
we never
met.
locked eyes.
Like we never locked eyes. Just fucking icebergs passing in the night or whatever. Like, just
don't tell anybody, but Icebergs is the name of our new EP.
Oh man.
I'm gonna touch on you guys just joined forces with Fifth Day Records, and I think that's awesome. Obviously, I'm a little bit biased, but it doesn't matter.
Me too.
Fucking that is super cool. The punk scene has always been strong DIY ethic, including self-releasing albums and stuff. And I feel, I don't know for sure, you guys can correct me, I feel like the first 6 songs or something that you guys had released, I feel like that was more DIY, and just curious if you can share with our viewers, like, you know, tips or lessons that you learned on that approach. Now you have Fifth Day Records who are going to help you, but I'm sure you guys are still doing a lot on your own. So what kind of tips or lessons have you learned from being more DIY, being punk rock and recording?
I think I'll speak to this. I think punk ethos as a whole is very DIY, right? You were touching
Absolutely.
on it. And you know, we're all like blue collar dudes with day jobs and bills and responsibilities. So whatever we're generating as a band through, whether it's merch sales or like door, whatever we get at the door, is just a matter of budgeting and tucking away, and then also relying on community. Like the first EP we recorded with our buddy Tom, who's a local guy here who just happens to have a little studio in his garage, and yeah, it was what we could afford at the time, and you know, yeah. So we just went in and bashed out 5 songs in a day and a half or something like that, and yeah, we just did everything on a budget, everything that was like within reason, and just to get something out there. And like right now with social media being what it is and kind of the lifeblood of, you know, contact and marketing and all that kind of stuff, it really relies very heavily on content, and we haven't always been great at that, but Justin is the fucking man.
Nice.
Has developed
You want a job?
so much content for this band in the last couple months, and really stepped up. And
Awesome.
partnering with Fifth Day was kind of allowing us a reach that we don't have locally. Like we can get down to Portland, we could, you know, get out across the mountains. And something that I always talk about is like Seattle is kind of the armpit of America. Where in most other states, the Midwest, the East Coast, you can travel for 8 hours and hit 3 major cities. 8 hours doesn't even get you out of the state. So getting a reach, not on social media, and you're not like really putting yourself out that way. You got to hit the road and you got to expand. Something that Fifth Day is bringing to the table is really helping us with that, developing a website, getting people who live out of state, all over the country, merch availability.
Yeah.
We've got friends that live out of state, family that lives out of state, and they want to help support, and they want to buy a t-shirt or a hat or whatever, and having somewhere for them to go that they can just like at the click of a button, you know, support the band and help increase our reach that way. And when it comes to the music and getting actual like physical like distribution of that music and something we can sell at the merch table and something that people can pick up offline, like it means a lot. Like everybody streams music, but there's a lot of us audiophiles that want to have the actual music in hand.
Yeah.
If nothing else, just to support the band. So keep it DIY. Like do everything you can do within your power to generate interest in your band, you know,
Just keep having fun with it.
Yeah.
Like, don't always worry about the high quality of a recording. I mean, whatever you can do to record some music, just do it and get it out there and be proud of what you do.
See.
in touch with you guys, which when are they paying us?
Oh yeah.
I'll leave that one with Fletch.
Oh no, Matt told me this was all prepaid. Like Fifth Day Records is picking up the receipt on this one.
Tim, that's Tim. That's Moneybags over there. No, I get to wear 2 hats in this interview, which is kind of cool. You know, I get to do it with It's Fine. I get to do it with you guys, and I really love this part of it. You know, so I get to speak from both sides of the aisle here. So from the Fifth Day side, you know, it's really exciting. We've got the websites in the works, the merchandise is in the works. We're all talking about things like, you know, I mean, I know TJ's excited. He saw my post on something completely different, but, you know, we're going to talk skateboards. We're going to talk T-shirts and hats and all the merch you can think of. And it's going to be available to anybody across the country really easily with a couple clicks on a website. You can support the band, support the record label. But on top of that, you know, the reach that Fifth Day is offering, I mean, we're talking to booking agents, Brandon Booking in our buddy Brandon in Florida, and covering the whole southern section so that when Well Adjusted's ready to do some traveling, we can send them on down to the Carolinas and Florida and Georgia and all that kind of stuff. And outside of that, we can get them into shows here in Southern California so they can take a road trip north to south and kind of hit all the spots along the way. So
maybe even north of the border.
Hey, Canada's not out of reach.
I'm just north of the border, guys. Up here in Ontario. I'm ready for it. I will be right there, fucking front and center.
I would love to go play up in Canada.
Me too.
That would be.
Yeah, Canada and hopefully Europe, because there's a lot of bands, especially from Southern California right now, that I personally work with that are like, okay, Europe 2024, start getting the merch ready.
Yep.
And so it's
Go to Europe. Like, I'm just saying.
I don't blame you, man. We although you guys are pretty straightforward and not as crazy. We talked to Jesse from Days and Days, and he told the funniest story because he goes, we drove through the Swiss Alps and all the way through there. He goes, I don't remember a damn thing.
You were sleeping the whole fucking time.
So, but no, I mean, all these things are not out of reach because we've got contacts all over the place, and I think that's why Well Adjusted looked at us and said, I think there's a good marriage here because we do reach out and we've got some possibilities that are going to open things up big time.
Yeah.
Well, and I will say, just based on my relationship with Matt and knowing his relationship and his role in Fifth Day, you guys are well taken care of. This dude is solid as shit, and I'm excited to see more of what comes out of Well Adjusted, because I mean, fucking people, Community dropped yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, that's a fucking great song. Like, seriously, it came on. I was already singing along before it was fucking done. And then I was like, oh, shit. I actually almost thought it had changed from you guys because it had a slight different feel than the prior 5, 6 that I had heard. And I was like, but I didn't realize it was fucking brand new either. And I had that thing going like fucking nonstop all fucking day. I'm like, yeah, that's a fucking great fucking tune. I'm digging it. And then I saw your post and I was like, Jesus, fuck, this dropped today. I'm glad that I found it on the day it dropped because people, you need to go check this out. Well Adjusted, Community just dropped yesterday. It's a great fucking tune and I stand behind it. You probably don't give a shit, but whatever.
When the rest of the album drops out, I think on the 13th.
Oot.
He's laying it on now.
I'm used to it.
Well, I see a Rainier there in the little, the camera there. So he's already in the Canada mentality. So
Ootin' the boot. I'm just ootin' the boot, man.
Oh no, right here.
Canadian Rainier is not for local.
I know it's Washington, but it's borderline. It's borderline because it's not too different.
Whoa.
I don't know, Matt. Let's keep this friendly.
Shit! Now they're gonna drop Fifth Day. There I went. I fucked it all up.
Oh fuck! Oh, sorry about your left, Matt.
Oh man.
So Community, that song Community, we have, was there 5, 6 songs on this EP coming out?
Yeah.
And every one of them is different. Every one of them came from somebody in this lineup, which what you've been hearing the older stuff is an older lineup. So that's why this new EP that's coming out is very important to us. And it's everybody has a say in it. Like I came up with a tune, a song that we call Detonate, and collectively we completely rewrote that song. Same chords, same everything, but it came out a million times better than what I could have ever imagined.
We're really excited about this EP. Like, we think that this is us like just kind of getting started. Like, this is the first one with this lineup, like as a whole, and
a lot of it had to do with the guy who recorded us.
Yeah.
Evan Foster out of
No Count Studios.
We had a short time. We had 2 days to record that album or that EP, and it was a grind. And he was fantastic.
He was great. He was soft when he needed to be, but he was also kind of a drill sergeant. Like we were like in the ISO booth, we were doing backing vocals, and he would rattle something off, and we just kind of like were nodding our heads, and he's like, "Fucking answer me!" Yes, sir.
I do that with my kids. Because I'm like, I'm talking to them and I'm just trying to just like have some sort of a conversation with them or tell them to do something. And
They got earphones in.
no, they don't.
Not
They
his
don't even
kids,
have
they're
the
too
fucking
young.
ear. Yeah. I've got like 5 and 7. Like I'm talking to them. Their ears are clear, but I swear they've got shit in those ears because I just talked to them and it's like, hello, daddy's fucking trying to fucking talk to you. Okay, now I'm getting fucking pissed off. I need to step back. Yeah.
So now the new EP that's dropping, hard copies, physical media, should be following up here pretty quickly too. So
Cool.
that's gonna be something awesome. And we'll fill you guys in. But Tim and I have been talking about how we're gonna approach that. So we'll do that offline. But man, just some great fucking stuff coming for Well Adjusted. Great stuff. Not that it's not already there, but yeah, I would agree that this new lineup brings a whole fucking new dimension to the band. It really does.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. It's
Agreed.
Yeah, I know. Rob and I, over the years, was trying to keep this thing kicking. We never gave up on the idea, never gave up on like some of the songs. And just to have, Nick, Kevin, and then Justin step in, it like completed the whole picture. And this batch of songs that we have, like Kevin was saying, on this EP dropping on the 13th, is by far like, so excited for these songs because they really encapsulate everything that this band is and who we are as members. So it's very exciting.
Very cool. Well, we got probably about 10 more minutes here. We're usually going to run about 45 minutes. We got about 10 more minutes here. So let's fit in a couple of things I want to make sure that we're able to do. You guys have some shows coming up, right?
Yeah. This Saturday we are doing benefit show for a trans-owned cafe in Everett, Washington called Catalyst. And it's a really cool venue. It's a very, safe place for people that may not feel like they have community otherwise. And so we've teamed up with some buddies in a band called Cascadian Divide and a band out of Seattle. They're like a newer band called Titties Out. They're all and so it'll be really cool. We're going to do that. And it's one of those venues that really has no stage or anything. We're just going to kind of Frankenstein a PA together and set up on the floor and just like mix it up with the people and have a great time and for a really good cause and cafe that's very, very deserving of keeping their doors open. So we're super excited about that for sure. Yeah.
Awesome.
Show coming up on the January 19th up in Mount Vernon.
Yeah.
Potbelly's 29-year anniversary.
Potbelly's 29-year anniversary.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Very cool. And hopefully we'll find some stuff in between for you guys.
Sure. Yeah.
Maybe that Christmas show, but we can talk about that later too.
All right.
That would be a road trip for you guys. That's for sure.
What, that Christmas show in Canada?
No,
Oh, you motherfuckers.
go the other way.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll deal with it.
It's our good buddy. It's our good buddy Brian. So you can't be mad.
No, I won't be mad. So, boys, generally during our Rules of the Pit, we have 3 questions at the end of the night that we'd like to ask our guests. I'm going to start off, and Matt will follow up with whatever I don't ask, because I don't know what I'm asking you. It's just kind of whatever pops off top of your head. You don't all have to answer. First one to answer wins a prize. Don't know what that is, but
Trevor, stop offering free shit.
Hey, I don't have to worry about this shit.
I know somebody has to come up with that free shit, so quit doing it.
I'm up in Canada. My hands are fucking clean, man.
Covered in maple syrup, not clean.
Yeah.
A little sticky, but so First question. Generally, we like to get a feel for what bands lately. They can be new, they can be old, or whatnot. What bands are in your playlist and kind of influencing where you guys are going right now? Anyone can answer. All of you can answer. Nobody can answer. No, but not
Somebody has to answer.
somebody has to answer.
Lately, I mean, a lot of our buddies' band, Kids on Fire. They are fantastic.
Okay.
They've been friends for a long time, but man, their music is absolutely just great.
Yeah.
Their message is great, and
Every song is an earworm.
Nice.
Too.
but I also have never gotten past like 1996 to 2000 on my playlist, and I still listen to everything. That was something to do. I'm like, I'm only listening to the old stuff.
I agree. I get that totally.
And we had Diesel Boy Dave Lake on just like last month, and for me that was like, yeah, that's pretty much my
Yeah, that was my 15.
90s, early 2000s.
That was like 15, 16-year-old me. Like I love Diesel Boy, man. Those fuckers were like, well,
Is that cock rock? Cock
is
rock?
that punk rock?
Yeah,
Cock
cock
rock?
rock.
Yeah.
So one of the first songs I ever played live was
Titty Twister.
World off that record.
Save the world, yeah.
First
Yeah.
time I saw you. Yeah. I played that at a school thing. Like
Nick, we
Da, 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 da.
I don't remember it.
All right, well, okay, I'll hit you with question 2 then, and I think it might run back to your cafe there, but feel free to span out on anything else. And if you each have a different one, absolutely answer it, because this is where we really like to shine. What causes or social issues are you guys really into right now? And if you have specific organizations you want to promote, like now's the time. And then hopefully our listeners will get out there and support those organizations as well. But what causes or organizations are you guys down for right now?
A big one that strikes a chord with me is called Punk Rock Saves. I think that, and punk rock has certainly saved my life many times. I have a trans daughter, so LGBTQ plus rights and awareness is huge for me and very meaningful for me. We've been super privileged to be a band that, when we're pretty outspoken about community and what that means to us, and kind of tucking in social justice and a larger awareness of the world around us into our music, it really strikes a chord with people.
Yeah.
And so we had the incredible privilege of playing the first ever Pride Festival for a town just north of here called Snohomish. And it was a little tiny bar on this, kind of their little main drag through the town. And it was standing room only from front to back. And people you probably could assume would never really listen to punk rock or had ever heard of us were chanting along and singing. And it's just experiences like that are so meaningful and just keep us fueled to keep our heads to the grind and just do what we do, and do it because we really believe in what we're singing about and what we stand.
Main drag. Nice.
Yeah.
Main drag on the main drag. All right.
Single off the new album, whatever Kevin had.
Drag off main drag.
That's actually pretty fucking awesome.
That
Go ahead,
is-
Trev, close it out.
All right. Last question. Rules of the pit. Our main rule is if someone falls in the pit, you pick them up. Everyone knows this, right?
Yep.
If you were to add a punk rock rule ethos to that book of punk rock etiquette, what would be your next rule?
The pit needs to be a safe place for women, because often I've seen crowd surfing and pit shenanigans from fucking assholes who decide it's time to cop a feel or do a grab or whatnot. And I think those who identify as feminine women alike need to feel safe. And so that's hugely important, not just picking up your friends in the pit because that's what we do, but protecting.
We protect as well
around us and making it feel safe for everybody.
In a nutshell, don't be a creep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the words of 10-foot pole, don't be a dick.
Yeah. Don't be a fucking asshole. Yeah.
Well, guys, I want to thank you. This is my first time getting to interact with you guys. I really hope I get another chance because all of you guys have been so awesome tonight, so animated and great. With that, I want to thank you guys for being on Rules of the Pit. Anybody who has not checked out Well Adjusted yet, go wherever you can find your fucking music and go fucking download them and fucking, support them. They just released a new release yesterday called Community. Go check it out. It is a fun tune. It's a great tune. I think anybody who's actually watching this will enjoy it. So go check them out, guys. Thank you very much from Matt and I.
And all the rest of our pit bosses who couldn't make it.
Fuck yeah.
Guys.
All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate having you on.
Yep, thank you.
All right.
And we are out. If someone falls in the pit, we pick them up.